All right, welcome to part 5, the final installment of our executive summary. Now, just as a heads up, this whole series is based on a big 20-chapter report from Virtualization Options LLC, all about setting up an effective AI training program. And what we're covering here, it's really just a small slice of what's in that full report. And of course, this overview comes with no warranty. So for this final piece, we're tackling what is, let's be honest, probably the trickiest part of this whole thing, taking your program global. So let's just jump right in. Imagine this. You've done all the heavy lifting. You've figured out your audiences, you've structured all the content, you've built this amazing dynamic system. It's ready. But is it ready for the world? That's the real test, right? Can that brilliant program you designed actually survive contact with reality when you roll it out on a global scale? You know, it's funny. In any huge project, it's always that final mile that gets you. It's where everything gets, well, complicated. Think about it. You've got this perfect plan that works flawlessly in one office, but now you have to make it a reality across, what, dozens of countries? Each with its own culture, its own legal system? That's a huge leap. And honestly, this is the exact spot where so many great ideas just fall apart. So how do you navigate that final mile without crashing? Well, the report we're drawing from points out 4 major roadblocks. These are the big hurdles every global organization has to clear. And getting these right, it's literally the difference between a successful launch and a complete mess. And here they are: language, regulation, culture, and legal. The big 4. Now, at first glance, you might think, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But trust me, the devil is in the details here. The complexity lurking inside each one of these is, well, it's immense. So let's peel back the layers on each one. Okay, first up, language. And this is so important. We're not just talking about basic translation, taking a word in English and finding its equivalent. That's the word-for-word approach you see on the left, and it's a recipe for disaster. Technical terms get all mixed up, idioms make zero sense, and the whole point of your message gets lost. What you're aiming for is what's on the right: contextual localization. It means adapting the entire idea, the scenarios, the phrasing, everything, so it actually feels natural and makes sense to someone in that specific culture. And that brings us neatly to roadblock number 2, regulation. Just look at this chart for a second. The complexity is staggering. You've got the European Union over here with 6 active frameworks and 4 major updates. It's constantly changing. Then you have China, the US. They all have their own unique shifting rules. The big takeaway here: there is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to compliance. It's just not possible. Right. And this isn't just some abstract idea. We're talking about real, legally binding rules with serious consequences. You've got the EU AI Act, Brazil's LGPD, Canada's CPPA, not to mention a whole patchwork of different state laws in the US alone. Each one of these has its own set of demands, its own thou shalt nots. Your training program absolutely has to be tailored to the specific rules for every single place your employees are working. Okay, on to our third roadblock. And you'll see how these all start to connect. We're talking about culture. And this is so much deeper than just language. It's about how you frame risk, the pictures you use, even something as simple as what makes a pop-up notification feel urgent. The report makes a fantastic point here. A big, flashy, urgent alert that gets someone's attention in the US, that same alert might come across as aggressive or even unprofessional in Japan or Germany. Your entire communication style has to be culturally aware. And that brings us to the 4th and final roadblock: local legal review. So before you hit publish on any of this, some of your training content is going to need a formal sign-off from local lawyers. We're talking especially about the really sensitive stuff, things like employee monitoring, how you handle data, or incident reporting. And this is a huge deal in certain places, like the European Union, China, and the Middle East. It is a step you just cannot skip. So those are the 4 big challenges. They really underscore why you need a super structured, thoughtful plan. And that's exactly what the framework in the report is designed to give you. Okay, so we've laid out all the problems. It's easy to feel a little overwhelmed, right? So the big question is, how do you actually do this? What's the plan? Well, the report lays out a really focused 3-week blueprint to build that solid foundation for a successful global rollout. Here's the 30,000-foot view. Think of it as a 3-week sprint. Week 1 is all about discovery, finding out what you're working with. Week 2 is analysis, digging into the data. And week 3 is the fun part. That's when you actually build the blueprint. So let's zoom in on week 1. This is all about laying the groundwork. You're going to be talking to everybody, scheduling structured interviews with HR, security, legal, IT, all the key players. At the same time, you're doing an audit of any training that's already out there. And maybe most importantly, you're creating a master list of every single regulatory jurisdiction your company has a presence in. Then comes week 2. This is where you put on your analyst hat. You start mapping out which employee roles have which specific AI risks. You identify the gaps, what's missing from your current content. And you have to take a really honest look at your tech stack. Can your existing learning management system, your LMS, actually handle the kind of smart, dynamic program you're about to build? And finally, week 3. This is where it all comes together. You're drafting the actual content structure, figuring out the training tracks, you're recommending the technical architecture needed to make it all run smoothly, and, this is key, you're tying it all back to those 4 roadblocks by defining your governance framework and, of course, that critical localization strategy. Now, if you follow a plan like this, you're doing more than just surviving the rollout. You are fundamentally setting a new standard, a new benchmark for what AI security training should look like inside a modern company. So what does this new standard actually look like? Well, it's a program that's smart. It's segmented for different audiences, not one size fits all. It's delivered just in time, right when people need it, instead of some boring annual thing. It is designed from day one to be globally localized. And it's a living thing. It's continuously updated to keep up with the latest threats. And this, right here, is the real transformation. This is the big idea. When you build your program this way, it stops being just a chore. It's no longer that boring, check-the-box thing you do for compliance. It becomes what it was always meant to be, a genuine strategic advantage, a real capability that both defends your company and gives you a competitive edge. So, as we wrap up this series, I want to leave you with a question to take back to your own organization. Take a hard look at your training program. Is it just a compliance task you have to endure, or is it a true competitive advantage? Is it actually making you stronger, safer, and better than your competition? Because the answer to that question, well, it could change everything. Thanks so much for joining me for this whole series.